Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ISO GOAT here, back again for another quick video. I just want to give you guys kind of some updates. I am still here. I haven't gone anywhere, just looking into some of these documents and stuff that are sent to me, pretty much on a regular basis. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. In addition, obviously, we see the U.S. economy is pretty much struggling. I don't know if it's on its last leg. I don't know. Things ain't looking too hot, in my opinion, like I said. But, I'm just a regular Joe Schmo. What do I know? So apparently there's a financial crisis going on. A lot of people think that it's worse than 2008. Obviously, we've seen quite a few larger banks go down in the past couple months. This is not just out of left field. Some of these accusations, things of that sort. I do think it's very important. Obviously, we've seen tax rate hikes as well. I'm sorry, not tax rate. Fed rate hikes since March of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. That doesn't show that the economy is doing very well, just based on how often they've done that. So just my opinion, like I said, I'm a regular Joe Schmo, but just want to keep you guys updated on a couple things going on. So first thing, Dubai got a media spotlight on Ripple as a blockchain leader. I've talked about Ripple ad nauseum on my channel. You guys are probably rippled out at this point, but you can do the research for yourself as well. You can look through my communities tab. There's also a lot of valuable YouTubers out there that do drop very good information, and sometimes you do have to connect the dots. They're not always going to say verbatim, hey, we're using this, we're using that. Ripple has a lot of partners, and this is on a global scale. This is not just the United States. This is not just Australia. This is not just China. There's a lot bigger of a picture that's being drawn right now with some of these connections. And if you think about it, these customers also have customers. So you really don't need every single bank. You don't really need every single financial institution. Realistically, if you have a good majority, you're pretty much set at that point. And I think it's Ashish Burler that said that they have global coverage at this point. So I'm not worried about it. If you are, I recommend you do some more research. I'm not here to hold anybody's hand at this point. We've all been in this space. There's always gonna be some positives, some negatives. At the end of the day, they are laying the rails in the background. You can see it happening, with some of these interviews, some of these conferences, some of these things. Like, they're putting this stuff out there. They're starting to make it more mainstream, so that way you can see, hey, this might be coming down the road. Just my thoughts and my opinions. Next thing, Walmart hints at early FedNow adoption. FedNow goes live in, I think, July, if I'm not mistaken. So I do think that's kind of interesting. Walmart's not a small name. That's pretty much, all over the United States for sure. I'm sure they're probably in other nations as well. So just something to keep an eye on. Next thing, I also posted a couple videos today. Shout out to Smoke for a lot of those. Transaction Manager will allow movement of digital assets. I think that was a pretty interesting clip. Like I said, just scroll through my videos and also my communities tab. There's a lot of stuff on there. There's no way I can cover every single thing that's in this video, just as a heads up. But I am still here. Like I said, people have asked. Next thing, Binance is apparently pulling out of Canada. I don't know how far that goes down, but I am going to do more research in regards to that to see what exactly is going on with Binance. Next thing, this was interesting. Somebody dropped this in a group. May 31st to June 1st, there's a Green Swan event from the Bank for International Settlements. Now, for those of you that don't know what a Green Swan is, I do recommend you just throw that thing in Google and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if they're trying to telegraph something or what. Obviously, we've heard about Black Swan events. They pretty much wreak havoc and destroy anything and everything. Like, there's positives, there's negatives associated with it, and a lot of times some of these larger I'll say entities will telegraph what happens in the future, whether it's cyber attacks, whether the grid goes down, whether it's you can't access your money. There's a lot of different methods that they can use. We'll just put it that way, just to keep it brief. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But do some more research into what a Green Swan is, for those that don't know. Next thing, I just want to give you guys kind of some heads up on some things. So, like, with your goals, make sure you keep your goals in front of you. A lot of people, you just fly by the tail of your coat. Make sure you have your goals and you see them on a regular basis. That way you know what you're trying to obtain, okay? It takes time. There's baby steps. Every step, as long as it's a step in the right direction, you're making progress, okay? And I think a lot of people lose sight of that over time. And, at the end of the day, sometimes you just need a reminder. So I just want to give that to you, okay? Next thing, take action even when it's scary. A lot of times, those riskier investments, high risk, high reward. That's just my thoughts. Like I said, I'm not telling anybody invest in this, invest in that. That's the same thing with stocks. That's the same thing with, if you want to short stocks, if you want to, buy into a stock that you think is going to be valuable in the future, you do your research on the back end. Make sure that you're doing your due diligence on your side, so that way you can educate yourself as best you can, okay? And you're not going to understand every single aspect or every single, intricacy in regards to, some technologies, whether it's, stocks, whether it's DLT, whether it's blockchain, whether it's, you know, whatever it is, AI, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that you're actually doing that for yourself. You know, don't rely on just one person or two people or somebody that said something on YouTube. Do your research for yourself, okay? You owe that to yourself, okay? If you want to change your life, you have to take the necessary steps. If you're not willing to do the work, guess what? Move out of line, because somebody else is willing to do the work. Okay, there's people out here that are actually putting in the hours, the time, you know, looking in the documents, looking in the reports, you know, trying to uncover every single rock so that they can find what information they're trying to find. Okay, you know, if you're not willing to do that, you know, there's a lot of people that are complaining about it, and it's like, yo, like, you don't have to complain. You know, there's somebody 2 seats over that's willing to work twice as hard as you are. Don't be that person. Be hungry for it. Okay, be hungry. Next thing, have an attitude of gratitude, okay? Be grateful for a lot of things that you have in life. You know, at the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed in life, okay? You know, take advantage of the time that you do have and make sure you use it wisely, okay? And then the last thing I wanted to leave you with is actually something I saw in another group as well. And this really just stuck with me. Are you not seeing results? Do you feel like giving up? Consider this. The last thing to grow on a fruit tree is the actual fruit. I hope y'all enjoy your lives. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with some of you love. Enjoy your weekends as well. I am still here. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. I am here, like I said. Hope to hear from y'all soon. Thanks.